Welcome back to Dialogue Tree, Season 2, Episode 37. I'm Matthew Peterson, joined as always by Daniel, the Dark Souls of podcasts, Padilla.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
There he is.
All right, Matthew, dog.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck is nougat?
Oh, you say nougat. I say
I don't even know how the fuck you say it.
nougat.
Nougat?
Yeah, I don't.
Sure.
I think
Fuck is it?
it's like caramel though. I don't
Okay.
know. It's a type of sweet. I think it's chocolate covered in something else.
Well, because that's the thing. Like, I've seen I don't know. I've seen nougat in like whatever in like Snickers, right? Like if you read like a Snickers bar, it'll tell you that it's like nougat or whatever, like chocolate covered nougat.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know what nougat is. Because the other thing is that like there's this like Spanish sweet, which have you ever heard of turrón at all?
No.
Have you ever heard that word before?
I haven't.
It's like this like Spanish sweet, which is like, or it's like hardened like sweetness, whatever, caramel, sugar, I don't know, but it's like hardened. And inside like the hardened whatever sweetener this is they're like almonds, right? Like chopped almonds. And because this is so sweet, it has to be like, it comes in like a kind of like a circle, right? Just like an inch thick. And because it's so like sweet, it has to like the top and the bottom have to be topped off with like a very thin wafer so that it doesn't just like stick everywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I've heard. Like the translation for turrón that I've heard is nougat or whatever the fuck.
I looked it up and it says it's like sugar and nuts and egg white, and you like solidify the sugar into like a cube.
Solidify the sugar. Right. Okay.
So it's basically just like a
hardened
I don't know.
sugar.
It's like peppermint bark, but it's just all sugar.
Right. Holy shit. I guess I was confused because that's not the concept that I get when I eat a Snickers. You know what I mean?
Not at all, no, dude.
Yeah, right. And I think the Snickers will tell you that it's nougat or whatever the fuck.
That is weird because nougat just contains all the ingredients that are already in a Snickers bar.
Right. It's just they're just not in the same like, I guess, shape.
Yeah. So they might just say that to sound good. Good question.
Thanks, dog. What's good, man? What's going on with your life, dog?
Well, yesterday I was at the liquor store for an immense amount of time past closing.
Were you there for 8 hours?
No, just like 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. I just mean like was your like shift 8 hours?
Oh, my shift was supposed to be 8 hours.
Okay, and then went longer.
Yeah, probably went more like 9 hours.
Right. Damn, dude. Was it because you were just like hanging out, or what the fuck?
No, because I was closing with the store with the new person, and she didn't know how to do anything.
Right.
And they were like, "Yeah, show her to do all this shit."
Right.
So we were there for a really long time.
Right. Are you gonna get that extra time like acknowledged?
Yeah, you just sign out when you leave.
Right.
So
okay.
It's not like I'm not getting paid.
Yeah. Right.
That's not the issue.
Right. Which is that you were there for a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of annoying.
Right. Damn,
Owen is sending some pictures.
Oh, I haven't even looked. Shit.
Owen sends one of Kratos at like a soup kitchen or just like an old concert stadium. He's just on like this dirty open space with a skillet, and it's a huge skillet, and he's just frying like 3 garlic or something.
Right. You can see a dude with a Nirvana shirt all the way in the background.
Yeah,
waiting in line.
And there's a flag. I'm not sure what country that is.
There's a flag? I don't.
Yeah,
I
Nirvana,
guess.
Dude.
Yeah, right. I don't think I can tell what that is either. The fuck is this other shit? You're out of touch. I'm out of. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. There's a anime shrine maiden, and she's saying something from another anime probably, and her other speech bubble is a picture of another anime. But this is like way too deep for me to get this one. Owen, sorry, I don't know any of this.
I don't understand. That. Like the first image with like Kratos is funny because like why the fuck is Kratos there, right? Dressed up as a chef in this janky ass looking like soup kitchen place, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
But this anime shit, I
just don't understand it. Maybe it's funny if you get it.
I'm lost, right? All right, dude. Speaking of Owen, dog, I gotta say, so Speaking of Owen, you must have noticed that that I've been sharing Talk to Transformers stories with you all.
How could I not notice?
Right. So I don't know why I thought about this about Talk to Transformers, something that we've done on the show before. You essentially you give it a prompt and it'll fill out like a story for you, right? And I figured it could be a fun experiment to take anything Owen says out of context and throw it on there and see what the fuck stories it comes up with. I will say this: like I've been playing around with Talk to Transformer with like a bunch of people, giving them like asking them to give me prompts or whatever.
Mhm.
And like, dude, for the most part, unless you are vulgar in your prompt, like unless you say a swear word or like something about like sex or shit or whatever, the 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 story that it gives you is gonna be pretty mild. I mean, if not mild, at least not like vulgar. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
But I will say this: whenever I put anything Owen says completely out of context, even if there's nothing raunchy or vulgar or wrong with it, fucking Talk to Transformer is gonna. Let me just read you this story, right? So, so, um, so I don't remember what we were talking about. I think we were talking about like Evangelion for some reason. And
Right.
then like Owen said, like, dude, don't apologize. Did you get that or get it? Did you make that or get it from somewhere? I think I just sent another story. So Owen is like, don't apologize. Did you make it or get it from somewhere? So I used that message and I put that into Talk to Transformer. This is the story. This is weird because you haven't seen it. Our chemistry teacher has been taking her panties off at the back of the class. She must have been just about to go to the toilet. She's flapping them in the air. One of the boys put them in his jacket pocket, and the teacher just left them there. If the kids saw them, they must have been shocked. The English teacher had not done a poo in the class for a couple of days. Last night I got up after 1 a.m. and could not get back to sleep. I went into my parents' bedroom to tell my dad what, and that's where the story ends.
Right, and
And
the
this is
sentence has nothing to do with that at all.
right. It's weird because you haven't seen it. Yeah, like why did it go all the way there? You know what I mean? About like teachers taking their panties off and
It's
like
just whatever Owen says.
it's just automatically assumed to be fucking crass and weird.
Yeah,
Like I don't fucking know. Yeah. There's another one which might take me another second to look up. All right, so
you found it.
there's another one, right? So you all know that the fucking Super Smash Bros clone, the Nickelodeon Super Smash Bros clone was announced yesterday, July 13th, right? We're all aware of that. We're all very excited for that game. We all can't wait. And so I sent that to the group. Brad and Owen says, now I can become the top Kappa Mikey player in the entire world. So I took that, right? And I put it to Talk to Transformer, and this is the story. Now I can become the top Kappa Mikey player in the entire world. He was now sweating, and he had his hands in the air like he was performing. My handstand is up to this. My quad attempt is insane. My tuck spin is in place. The key here is that it is the shit. I can't wait until this is all over. I can't wait to take a shit in your mouth and make you eat it. I can't wait to let you know what it's like to have to beg a bitch to be in my motherfucking bed. I can't wait to make you wait. Do you understand? Yes. Yes, I do, I responded. And that's where the story ends.
Man, that has really nothing to do with this prompt.
you, you know what I mean? We're talking about like, and it's funny because when you make a reference to like shows and shit like that, it'll usually I don't know. That's why like Owen was surprised about the Evangelion thing that I sent, right? Because
Mhm.
I put whatever reference of Evangelion into the Talk to Transformer, and like it spit out other references to it, right? So it made you both think, I think, that I knew what I was talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
when you make references to like TV shows and shit like that, it usually like the story that it comes up with has something to do to some capacity to whatever it is you're
Yeah, because it
referencing.
has, like, a really strong direction to take the story in. It's not just,
Right.
like, a vague prompt.
Right. But it goes to like taking a shit in someone's mouth and like begging a bitch to be in the motherfucking bed or whatever the
I
hell.
guess
Fucking.
saying Kappa Mikey player is not really something that would parse if you're,
Mm,
not a native actual English speaker, because that doesn't make sense, and you'd like the context of this game coming out.
right. Right.
But that still has nothing to do with either of those words.
Yeah, right. Like, why the hell did it have to go so vulgar? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I don't know.
Fucking
It's
weird.
Owen's just cursed. I
Right.
swear, Owen is
Right.
electronically cursed.
Right. Right. What else is good in your life, Doug?
Well, I mean, speaking of that game coming out, now that Melee is going to be dead, when Nickelodeon All Star Brawl comes out,
Right.
just like when the real Brawl came out all the years ago. There is a. I mean, obviously, I'm hyped for Summit, but it's going to be over by the time this goes out, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could check it out on YouTube if you're interested. But there's also an interesting Melee mod going on where they're adding new characters, which is kind of cool. They're adding like Skull Kid and shit,
No shit.
and like
Cool
Shadow Mewtwo.
Kid. Cool Kid is Zelda, yeah?
Yeah, specifically Ocarina of Time and
Right.
Majora's Mask.
Right.
But it's just interesting that because like they already kind of did the like with Wolf and the volleyball. If you
Right.
remember that, like they added Wolf, but that was just like one character for fun. But this is, I mean, they're trying to make it their own project. I feel like it's going to get shut down because they have a Patreon,
Oh
um,
shit.
and
Yeah,
Nintendo will just.
once you're making money out of it, the Nintendo ninjas will come show up to your house and fucking murder you.
Yeah, but
Right.
it is just pretty impressive how dedicated people are to like remod Melee and spend all this time instead of just making a new game, which is infinitely easier
I was just gonna
than.
say, yeah, it's wild because Melee came out when in like fucking 2001 or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
like Melee is older than some of the players of Melee.
Yeah, right. Melee is older than probably some of the people who are fucking modding Melee, you know?
Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah,
Right. So it's wild how appealing that game is, either, because of his mechanics or the culture behind it or something. But yeah, like
yeah.
what other old games like that are still being, I mean, I guess there's a lot, right? But
Maybe, like, I don't know, because I feel like most Street Fighter games, I think people have kind of moved past Street Fighter 2.
but even then, that game never, there wasn't like a whole culture like modding, like a modding
Yeah, you're
scene
right, you're
behind
right,
it,
you're
was
right.
there?
Yeah, no, you're
Right?
right. Just like Mario
Yeah.
64, that's
Right.
kind of it. Or
Yeah.
Pokemon, I guess. People like make their
Oh
stupid
yeah, right.
Pokemon creepypasta
Yeah.
hacks and shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like those often are just unfinished and lazy because it's just
Yeah.
one guy.
Right. And I guess it's, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, when you're like modding Pokemon, you're essentially just like modding text and like adding sprites.
Mhm.
Whereas, like if you're making a character in Melee, you're,
Oh my god,
frame data
it
and animations and 3D models and shit like that, you know?
has to be hand animated. Yeah, like when you swing your sword in like Zelda and it has that trail of like motion blur, kind of like
Right.
anime where it
Yep.
follows it. They were like, yeah, we wanted to have that on this custom character. So we had to have someone spend a month to write a like code to put this on new characters because that
God
stuff is
damn.
just hard coded into the game.
Yeah, right.
So it just
You need to
takes
like make it from scratch
yeah, it
essentially?
takes
Shit.
like weeks of hours of work to to create a system to like allow it for your new characters.
Right. God damn, dude.
It's just crazy. I don't think it will be like competitive or
Right.
yeah, but
But
like
it's cool that it's available out for people to like download and like
yeah,
fuck
and you
around
can
with.
you can go out and try it now. It's not totally finished. I think Luigi
Mhm.
is not in the game because he's being
Mhm.
reworked. But it's pretty playable.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm certainly excited for fucking Summit, dude.
yeah, it's
It'll
gonna
be
be
the
cool
first event that'll be like in person, right?
in person. Yeah,
It'll
besides like locals in like California.
right. The like the first major, I guess, that'll
Oh,
be in
for sure.
person, right? Are there gonna be crowds? Do you know?
There is so Summit always works like there's a select VIP
Yeah.
section of people who are invited to
Right.
come like commentate and people who like pay $1,000 or whatever for the reservation for the weekend.
Is that really how much you have to pay? Holy shit,
I don't know.
dude. To
That's
like
just an
attend?
estimate.
Right. It still is a lot of fucking money,
Yeah, but
man.
it is a 4-day event. So you're staying at a
Mm.
hotel, you're getting food,
Right,
and
I guess it's not.
and you're
Yeah.
supporting the event.
Right. So I guess you're talking about like $250 like a day or a night or whatever the
Yeah, and
hell.
you do get to play. There's a bracket.
Oh yeah.
You can't like win.
No,
Obviously, you
right.
wouldn't win, but you could win
Right.
like the VIP bracket and get some money.
Yeah. Right. It's like its own bracket, right? Like
Yeah,
people, like the attendees or whatever. It's like its own. Yeah.
and it's probably a really cool experience. It's like you meet all these like celebrities and just hang out with them because everyone's just in the same room pretty
Yeah.
much.
Right. Yeah, dude. Can you imagine how fucking cool it must be to like meet fucking slime? I don't know. Dude seems super chill, you know?
Yeah, he's funny. I like him.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
There's like the controversy that Yingling is in Summit.
Yeah.
Who?
Over someone who's actually like ranked higher than him and whatever.
Yeah. So basically, because no one, not even people who play Melee, are gonna know this, but
Right. Right.
to
Right.
summarize, one of the like top 5 players in the world was voted was not voted into Summit, and just like
Yeah.
this kind of random guy was because he went on like a huge meme campaign on Twitter and got people to donate him
Yeah.
all the money to get in, which people didn't like. And I'm pretty sure it was just that, but a lot of people were like conspiracy theorying that Ludwig just dropped like $50,000 just
Oh shit.
like because he's super rich, he's like a millionaire.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like maybe Ludwig just gave his friend like $50,000 so he could go to go to Summit.
And make an ass of himself or
Yeah,
whatever,
and
just for
and then
like the meme of it.
they were doing the podcast, and Toph was at their house, and then Slime sees him doing the podcast, and he just like goes up behind Toph in the background and pretends to be on his phone, and he's just like, yeah, we sent the money over to Yingling, but we're gonna need to get that back soon because we're paying like 17% interest on that, and we do not we do not have enough money to pay that back.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty
they're
good.
funny guys.
I guess, like of the bigger of everyone that you would expect to see at Summit, who is in there in that besides joints, besides
Yeah,
SCJ? Like, is there anyone else who should be there who isn't? Maybe Leffen because whatever COVID
yeah, but
restrictions.
that's just because he literally can't leave his country, so
Yeah,
that's not really
right,
the same thing.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
whose plays is Yingling taking if not S2J's? Was S2J participating in like the voting thing anyway? I think he
he
was,
was,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Shit.
really close.
Right. I mean, yeah, I guess that is weird, huh? Because then S2J would have been voted in, and then maybe like in the qualifier, someone like fucking like Ginger or Kadoran might
Yeah,
have
like
been able to like get
Ginger
in.
won't be there. Magi won't be there.
Yeah.
There's some other people who like could have made it that you don't know, but there's just a lot of good players, and not everyone
Yeah,
can make
right.
it.
Right. Well, I guess we'll see. You think this asshole will take it like seriously? You think this asshole will try to
I
do
mean,
something?
Leffen coaches him, so
Oh
like
yeah? Shit.
he must and that costs a lot of money.
Right.
So he
Damn.
must like somewhat seriously take getting better. I
Right.
and I mean, I listened to him talk about it on the podcast, and he seems like a nice guy.
Right.
He's
He's
not
not like
like
being an asshole about it.
no, he was like,
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna win the basketball event, and then I'm gonna lose all my all my other games, and that's all I
Right.
got.
Right. God damn.
But yeah, it should be a
It'll
good
be
time.
exciting, dude. I know I've meant to set this on the pod probably a few times already, but there's nothing quite like Melee Sunday, dude, you know?
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't know, especially like on like Sundays when I know that I have nothing else going on, knowing that I'll be able to fucking watch Melee the entire fucking day.
I don't have work because I took work off.
Right. Right. To watch this
Yeah,
shit. Yeah, dude. Fucking
hell
rules.
yeah.
Fucking rules. The Spelunkers were here this weekend.
Oh yeah, Maddie and Daddy.
Maddie and yeah. Right.
I couldn't think of a better rhyme.
Right. That's pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, you were watching the Euro Cup, right?
and Copa America too. Like
Oh yeah.
they had originally planned to just come for the Euros final, which was on Sunday. But I
Yeah.
told him like, dude, fuck you. Like if you're gonna be here, like just come the night before. We'll go around and we'll watch the Copa America game, which sucked ass, by the way.
Was it that bad?
Dude, it was just yeah, it had like one or two moments, and then the goal being one of them, and then it was just like like the game was 90 minutes long, right? Of course, and like there were 40 fouls, and if you compare that to Euro semifinal England versus Denmark, that game was 120 minutes long, and it had
Mhm.
30 fouls, right? So like it was 30 minutes longer, and it still had 10 less fouls than the fucking Copa America final. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just like frustrating to watch because it was so like stunted all the time. You know what I mean? Like every
Did
two
people get
minutes.
booted? Did people get reds?
I don't think there was a single red, but there were a ton of fucking yellows. There were like 10 yellows at least,
Mm.
And yeah, it was annoying because like there were fouls in Argentina. Like Argentina took the lead like very early on, so whenever they got fouled, they would just like roll around on the floor and shit like that. I
Mhm.
don't know, dude. It was really. I mean, unless you're like a Messi fanboy, it was not a fun game to watch. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like I had stakes in the Euros. Like I was really supporting England, and England lost, and I would still tell you that was a good fucking game to watch. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the thing is, dude, like I don't know. There's a lot of like football snobs. There were a lot of football snobs. He's a segment on like shit Daniels. He's on Twitter that pisses him off. There are a lot of football snobs on Twitter just saying like, yeah, the Copa America final of Brazil and Argentina is spicier, has so much more history, this and that. They were like automatically saying it was a better, more interesting, more important game than the Euros final. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like, if it's a good game, I'll give it to you. Like, if it is legitimately a better, more fun, more entertaining game than the Euros final, I'll give it to you and I'll acknowledge it. But it fucking wasn't. And the problem is that I feel like it often boils down to like people, sort of like taking pride in South American football being all about like being rough and like physical and shit like that, which like it doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? And I don't
Mhm.
think it sure, if it's like characteristic to South American football is one thing, but like it doesn't have to be like that. And I don't think that automatically makes it better. You know what I mean? I can tell you that it was not as a neutral party. I can
Mhm.
tell you that it was not an entertaining game to watch, like not one bit, you know? Yeah.
That's awful. I'm sorry to hear that.
Like the fucking Honduras versus Grenada game last night was a lot more fun to watch. You know what I mean?
That was I don't know, I sent you something and I sent you, like, a video and you said, "Dog, I'm not opening this link unless you're watching the Honduras game," and I said, "Okay, like, how?" And you told me, what is it, Fox FS1 or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and then I go there and it's like some, like, telenovela. Like, it's
Are,
in Spanish drama.
are you kidding? On Fox Sports 1?
Yeah, it was like
Why?
Friends, but in Spanish.
Why would that ever be
I
on
don't
Fox
know.
Sports 1, dude? That's
And there was like
fucking
a
weird.
bottom bar that said "game delayed" in English.
Right. Fucking weird, man. That's weird because I think by the time that I gave you instructions, the game was already on. You know what I mean? Like the game was delayed, which is why I told you that like it might not be on Fox Sports anymore because like the delay might have fucked up with the programming. But
Oh, it might have said "game delayed" as in they don't have it at all. I don't know.
oh, right. Just like let people know. Yeah, sorry, we're not showing it anymore.
Yeah,
Because right.
we have these whatever this is.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. Watch games with them and with Mr. Kalamazzi, friend of the show.
Oh, yeah, he was
Um,
there? I didn't know.
yeah. We watched both games. We watched together. Yeah, and then we
Nice.
went to get cookies, went to get some beer. It was a nice time.
Oh,
You know,
that's good.
I started reading the Dragon Ball manga, and it's fucking funny, dude. Like, it's legitimate. I may have talked to you about this like over like Rocket League or whatever,
Probably.
but it's like exactly what I wanted from it. You know, like I don't know. Like I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and I think that's cool and everything. But like, and not that Dragon Ball Z is like the most serious or deep anime ever, because it's not. But it is. It does have a bit of an edge to it. You know what I mean? Like the sagas against the villains have a little bit more stakes. Like people die and shit. You know what I mean? Not that people dying in Dragon Ball Z means anything, but you know what I mean. You know, like
Yeah.
they like explicitly show people dying, and they make a whole drama around it and everything.
Yeah.
Fucking Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball, when with Kid Goku is just not like that. It's a lot goofier. It's a lot funnier. There is fighting and everything, but like it's all like framed in this just like goofy comedic atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Which is just like so fucking like delightful to read. And it's I don't know, I'm having a great time with it because like I haven't really like cared much for Dragon Ball over the last I grew up watching it, right? And like it means a lot to me, or it meant a lot to me growing up or whatever. But I haven't really like kept up with it. Like I haven't seen, I don't think, a single episode of Super. You know, I saw like the
Mhm,
Broly movie and I thought that was cool, but like
mhm.
beyond that, I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to Dragon Ball besides the fighters game that I, play from time to time and that I play with you and Owen.
Right, yeah, which is pretty cool.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. But reading the Dragon Ball manga, dude, it just like and seeing like Kid Goku being such a goofball and seeing like little Krillin being, like being drawn
Mhm.
so funny and everything. I don't know. It just made me like remember how they weirdly attached, how inevitably attached I am to this universe and these characters, just because that did mean a lot to me growing up.
Right.
So it's like I'm having like a genuinely delightful time reading this shit. Like more so than I ever like anticipated.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Considering that it's like the first manga that I ever read, like I never thought that I would get so much out of it. And I don't know that I would get as much out of anything else, but like I am really there is a lot of like weird lowbrow humor just because I don't know, this is like from the 80s and it's Japan and it's
Right.
like sexist and whatever. But like if you take it for what it is, as a product of its time and whatever, it's not all lowbrow humor, right? There's like some moments that are like legitimately fucking funny. But yeah. I fucking recommend if you have any interest in Dragon Ball whatsoever, fucking give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will read it one time. It should be pretty
Mhm.
readable for me. I just really like Conan. I've been reading Conan. I
Where
just
do you buy it
Yeah,
or
I
do
just
you?
bought a bunch of volumes in New York. I was like, "Oh, I'll get a few," and then I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna get like 6 because I love Conan."
Yeah, right. You might as well, right? And if you know you're like committed to reading it,
Yeah, it's
you might
so
as well.
cool. It's also weird because Conan is like also kind of for children. Like
Gotcha.
he's a kid. Well, he's in a child's body or whatever.
Right. Right.
He's been turned into a child, and like there's a lot of like goofy jokes.
Yeah.
Um, Not really sexist or anything. Just like people being stupid.
Right.
Um, but they also don't shy away from the crime. Like there's a lot of just on page, I guess not on screen, just a lot of shown violence, a lot of
Right.
blood, a lot of
Right.
murder.
Gotcha.
There's one where a woman gets shot and then like Conan, like the child Conan is like holding her wound, like trying to compress it, and she's like giving her dying message to him and he's just like covered in blood. Like it's very unafraid of showing death, which I find
Right.
interesting.
Right. Yeah. Shit. When is this from? Do you know?
It's really old. I can check.
Okay. Okay.
I am actually curious.
And
Manga.
are you committed to like reading it all?
I don't know. There's a ton. Maybe not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 94.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool.
Pretty
Very
old.
cool. Yeah. Right.
Because there's still when they use the phone, there's still an operator.
Oh, right. That's cute. That's fucking funny. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I recommend it. I'm sure it's good in English too.
Oh, you're reading in Japanese. That's super
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And you were able to buy them in Japanese at a bookstore in New
Yeah, in
York?
New York with Josh.
Oh, I mean, of course, in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You would
actually
find that there. Yeah.
it's really difficult. There's like one in New York and one in California.
Right.
That's like it.
Yeah, Kyle Massey and I asked yesterday at the comic book store here if they had any manga in English, and they were like, "Nope, actually, we have Bleach in Japanese, and that was it."
It's funny that they even had any.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's an awesome store. There's stuff in English too.
Yeah,
And there's like a cafe in the upper floor.
I'd love to like fucking go there with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. If you
Right.
ever wanna I mean, I'm going there with Josh. Let's see. In 2 weeks if you wanna go. But it is on a Tuesday, so you probably will have work.
I was gonna say, yeah, it is. I mean, I could take time off. It'll just like be a little difficult to get there on a weekday anyway.
Right. I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know.
if you're interested, let us know.
Yeah, we could figure something out maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, shit, dude. How was your vacation in where were you? Venezuela? Is that where you were?
Oh, yeah, it was kinda crazy, because it was monsooning.
Right.
So I
Right.
just kinda stayed in the hotel and, watched, YouTube. I watched Scott the Woz all day.
Cool, dude. Sounds like a great fucking time.
I
Like
put on
I'm
the subtitles so I could really get the experience of being in
yeah,
Venezuela.
of being a bit
Yeah.
Of course. You didn't have issues accessing internet in Venezuela?
You know what? I actually just used the Wi-Fi on the service on my phone.
Right. You had
So
roaming.
so yeah, I just was in the bed, and I
Right.
put the phone, propped it up, and that's what I did for like 8 hours, and then I just
Yeah.
slept.
Well, cool. That sounds good. Would you want to ever go back?
Yeah, it was a great time. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Right. Cool. Well, what the fuck did you learn today, dog?
Let's see. I learned what nougat is, actually.
Right. Yeah, right. That's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
What did you learn?
I think I learned about you always talk about Conan. I don't think I really knew because I always whenever you talk about Conan, I just use it as a chance to make a joke about Conan O'Brien.
Right, yeah.
So I never really like knew what the fuck. I knew it was like an anime or a manga or
Yeah.
something, but I never really knew like more of like the context behind it.
It's
So
it's
now
like
I
a detective thing.
okay, so now I kind of know about it. There's like movies
Right.
about it, I think you've said.
Yeah, there's
Right,
there's
right,
a
right.
lot of TV show episodes and,
Gotcha. Okay.
like 28 movies.
Right. Shit, man.
And,
Damn.
they're still coming out, like, the most recent one came out in April.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
wild.
popular.
Right.
That's about it, I
Cool.
think.
Yeah. tune in next week when we're going to have Bobby Scar and Toph on the show.
Right, yeah, a little crossover with the Radio Melee.
Right,
So stay
right.
tuned for that.
Yeah, we're going to have like an in-depth analysis of Summit
Yeah,
and
and the HBox event where he throws the CRT as far as he can,
right. Yeah, of
which I
course.
can't imagine is too far.
All right,
All right.
Matthew Peterson, dog. It's been a wonderful fucking time, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll catch you. Peace.